Jack is a busy bankruptcy attorney. He files over 300 cases a year and manages it all with a staff consisting of his assistant, a receptionist, Jill the paralegal, and her small army of 3 clerks. Jill oversees the clerks as they are required to meticulously document every court notice they receive in the practice database to ensure that all their clients receive proper notification of cases being filed, 341 meetings, pre-hearing conferences, and motions to dismiss, just to name a few. This clerk-powered system relies on the integrity and focus of these employees. Trouble is that the clerks, Jeff, Susie, and John, like to text, call in sick, and spend hours on Facebook while they're supposed to be keeping Jack's cases on track. Last week, John, the clerk, received a notice that a client, Mary Smith, had a 341 meeting scheduled for the following Monday at 1:30. John was pretty involved in a cell phone conversation with his wife about their big plans for the weekend to see Coldplay in concert, so he mistyped Mary Smith's meeting time into the database as being at 10:30. He also made that same typo on the letter and the email that was sent in the firm's letterhead to Mary Smith. So guess what happened? Mary wasn't able to rearrange for childcare to make the correct meeting time, and Jack was due in court at 1:30, so neither of them showed up for the real 341 meeting time of 1:30. The judge dismissed the case, and Mary Smith is now back to square one. Jack has to refile the case and essentially redo everything he's done for Mary's case from scratch on his own dime. Unfortunately, this isn't the first time that this has happened. Time is money. Something has to give because mistakes like this just eat away at the firm's bottom line. Jack is stressed to the max. His cases, his personal life, and his sanity are all hanging in the balance. Every time something like this happens, the firm's reputation in the community, as well as among the judges and other professionals in the courthouses, goes out the window. But the show must go on. It's not easy to find good clerks, and without them, Jack and Jill can't imagine how they'd manage all of their court notices. They're climbing up a never-ending hill of disorganized paperwork with no view at the top of the stack. But thankfully, before Jack had a heart attack and had to close the doors to his practice for good, he found PracticeSavvy, the bankruptcy practice management software. At first, he thought this was too good to be true, and wasn't really sure that he could trust technology to get the job done correctly. After all, Jack's been through the ringer and had one too many deadlines missed. Since Jack was so skeptical, he decided to do something a bit strange. He made a decision to invest in PracticeSavvy and train himself and Jill the paralegal on exactly how to use it, which, by the way, took only a few hours. He told the clerks about it but didn't let them know that if it worked, they would soon lose their jobs. He just said it should make things much easier. Their job the following month was to just check in on the system and make sure it worked. Jack and Jill did that too. They were easily able to check in and look up things like meeting times, notices filed, and whatever else they needed, even from their mobile devices. With PracticeSavvy running the show, Jack and Jill had created rules, filters, tags, and actions so that all of the paperwork and data entry that the clerks were previously responsible for entering into their database was done automatically. Every 341 meeting notice was automatically tagged in his database to the correct client with the correct date, time, and location. That client was automatically notified via email and a snail mail letter of the correct date, time, and location. And Jack's court calendar was automatically updated with all of this correct information too. Same goes for the notices from the court when a client has not completed a financial management course. It's automatically entered into Jack's system by PracticeSavvy, and the notification to that client is automatically triggered and sent. Hallelujah! Jack's cases are no longer dismissed due to frustrating clerical errors. His court schedule is automatically managed, and his clients get all of the notices they need to keep their cases on track without clerks lifting a finger. In Jack's practice, humans are no longer required or responsible for these all-important details. This Google Cloud-based software, PracticeSavvy, is backed up automatically, and the storage is never an issue. Even though Jack spent more money the first month while he tested the waters and held on to his clerks, no matter how lazy or inept they were, to make sure his practice wouldn't fall to pieces, he's a believer, and now his practice, on its way to filing over 300 cases monthly with no lazy clerks at a fraction of his previous payroll costs, is living proof that eliminating inefficient employees and relying on the advanced technology that only PracticeSavvy provides is how to really grow a bankruptcy practice.